Hola, welcome back to part 3 of my personal testimonial of how I stand up for human rights, even if it's against my own union. My name is Francisco, and I will talk about the last two parts of the letter I sent Cupid. Now, talking about the economy, I will update a little bit more information because that's way back. This year alone, the inflation has already passed the 10 million%. Monthly salary is only $2 US. And to have a better idea of how everything happened, let's pretend this is happening in Canada. And to give a better example, let's pretend that Meg is the Prime Minister. As he still defended the dictatorship in Venezuela, he will be our dictator. He goes and wants to lower the price of food. Instead of investing and create better jobs so people can afford food, he goes to the private sector and says, from now on, I will put the price of food. You will not be able to change it. Everyone started to comply. Passing time, inflation goes up, salaries goes up, but the prices can't. To make it easier, I will talk about the dairy industry. That milk freezes the price of milk to 25 cents a liter. But after some time, the cost goes up, that the income they are getting to be able to survive, they reduce production. It is the logic thing to do. Companies keep open, but it's not enough milk in the market. That milk comes, get mad, expropriate the farm and put in jail the farmers. Then he realized he can't produce the milk to be sold for 25 cents. Instead of admitting the mistake, he looks to the country next door, United States. They produce milk. You know what? Just because of the price of oil is so high, it is cheaper to buy milk to the States. He then closed the farms he expropriated to start with and just buy milk, all the milk to the United States. This happened over and over and over again. Who do you blame? Of course the government. They destroyed the private industry, plus the corruption and bad policies made everything worse. It is a lie the sanctions are the cause of the crisis. Let's keep pretending that this is happening here. How do you explain the sanction imposed to a small group of individuals because of their human rights violations will impact in such a way that is not more food in the shelf? Yet the regime keeps buying weapons but no medicines. And now I will talk about the human rights situation. Before proceeding, I will share one small part of a United Nations report that I read in one of my nights of insomnia. It was a case about this guy that was arrested. They tortured him. In a unique way, they hit up a big screw and put it in the guy's behind. Just think about that before supporting them. On September 9, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, a very known socialist, spoke, and I will share some of the highlights of what she said. There is no treatment for more than 400,000 people suffering from chronic diseases. During the past couple of months, at least 4 children have died, waiting for a transplant. She talked about extrajudicial executions committed by members of the Special Action Forces of the Bolivarian National Police. Thousands, known as FAES, during the month of July alone, identified 57 new extrajudicial cases to add to the many they had already. She also was concerned about the increased presence of the military in the territory of the Pemon indigenous peoples, as well and recent cases of violence against them, including the death of 6 Venezuelan indigenous people by members of the Bolivarian National Guard. One of them was a lady, pregnant. She talks about many more cases of torture of people arbitrarily deprived of their liberty, particularly members of the military. The autopsy of Captain Acosta Arevalo, who died in custody on June 29th, revealed the atrocities he suffered before dying. According to the latest United Nations figure, there are more than 4.3 million Venezuelans, refugees and migrants out of their country. She also mentioned the case of the conviction of trade union leader Ruben Gonzalez to 5 years and 9 months imprisonment by a military tribunal on August 13 for events that took place in the context of his activism. His family has also been subjected to various forms of harassment. The use of military justice to try civilians constitutes a violation of the right to a fair trial, including the right to be tried by an independent and impartial tribunal. I can keep talking for years about these atrocities, but for now, this is just a little peek into the Venezuelan lives. Thanks for watching and subscribe to my channel. Next week, I will talk about their reason. You will be surprised. Hasta luego.